So here we have a Hyundai Ioniq electric for sale. This is a 2020 model with the 38 kilowatt hour battery pack. So in this video I'm going to show you around the car, but it is incredibly windy today. So I apologise for that. If the microphone is picking up too much wind noise, then just turn on the subtitles on the video and that will help you understand what I'm saying. So this car is the Premium SE model, and if you've been looking for a Hyundai Ioniq electric, there aren't too many Premium SEs around. Most of them are the premium models. So the SE models primarily give you leather seats, but they're also perforated and they're cooled. So you've got both cooled seats and heated seats. You've also got a heated steering wheel, and you get more safety kit on the Premium SE. You get rear traffic detection, which is a very good bit of kit. I think you also you get the blind spot monitoring, and I think possibly you only get those on the SE. I can't remember. Anyway, I've got a video on the channel which explains the differences between them all. But the Premium SE top spec model, this one is in metallic grey. It's called fluid grey. It's one of those colours which when it's a dull day it is quite a dark colour, but when the sun comes out like it is there, it brightens up a lot, and you can really see how metallic it is. There is an awful lot of metallic fleck in this paint. Looks really nice, a very modern colour. So let's get out the wind and you'll be able to hear me better. So this car has got so much equipment in, and these Ioniqs are really loaded with tech. They've got about every possible bit of tech you could have in a car. They've got adaptive cruise control, they've got lane keep assist. That all comes together to have a sort of a semi-autonomous driving when you're driving on an A-road, dual carriageway or motorway. You've got inbuilt sat-nav, you've got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, DAB radio. These have got a heat pump, so they've got very efficient heating. They've got climate control. You've also got a driver only mode to save you a bit more energy if you're in the car on your own. You've got a heated steering wheel, you've got heated seats and cooled seats. You've got a camera out the back. You've got 3 drive modes, and you can press that and change between sport, eco and normal, and the graphics and the displays on the dash changes when you're changing between those. You've got parking sensors on the front and the back. I think that's something the SE gives you. That's the parking sensors on the front, whereas the Premium I think only has them on the back. Electric handbrake, wireless phone charging down here as well. But yeah, an awful lot of kit on these cars. So the mileage of this one is 38,702 miles. And this car was registered the 30th of September 2020. So it's just coming up to 3 years old. So let's talk about range, because that seems to be the first question anyone asks when they're looking at an electric vehicle. And these Ioniqs have a relatively small battery pack for modern EV standards. It's got a 38.3 kilowatt hour pack, but these cars are incredibly efficient. They will do a good 1.5, maybe 2 miles per kilowatt hour more than other EVs. So the reality is, even though it's only got a 38.3 kilowatt hour battery pack, it will do more range than the 50 kilowatt hour cars out there, and will probably match the 62 kilowatt hour Leaf. So I can't really show you the maximum range here because the battery is only 50% charged. But anyway, it's got a predicted range there of 116 miles. And if I press EV there and then go up here to energy information and then go to history, you can see here recent driving history: 5.7 miles per kilowatt hour, 6.1, 5.4, 5.6, 5.9, and as you can see, some of them are quite decent amounts. 5.6, 5.9, 5.9, 5.8. So during the summer, with normal driving, I'm getting 5.8, 5.9 miles per kilowatt hour. So what I find is, if you just drive this normally without trying to drive efficiently in the summer, you get about 210, 220 miles per charge. but if you're willing to put a bit more effort and drive them very efficiently, I've got 256 miles out of this. Of course, you're not limited to that. You've got DC rapid charging, which allows you to do a top up and extend the range if you're doing more miles than that during a day. As for winter driving, all EVs will use more energy during the winter just because of the heater use, but these have a heat pump, as I said, and they're very efficient in the winter as well. Typically in the winter, still getting 180 miles or so out of this, but anyway, all the details on the range is on the website, so do go there and have a look at that. But even in the winter, still getting 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour at worst, but in reality most of the time 4.85 miles per kilowatt hour, something like that. But as always, it does depend how you drive. So if I push that button there, that opens the charge port, and let's talk about the charging on this car. So as I said, these do have DC rapid charging. So this is a CCS connector, and this is your DC rapid charging port. These do have a relatively slow charging rate of 44 kilowatt, but I'll put all the charging times on the website. And then this is your type 2 for AC charging, typically overnight at home, and this is a 7 kilowatt AC charger on board. So the only other thing I think I can tell you about these cars is they've got full LED lighting front and rear on these, with LED daytime running lights as well, but both dipped and main beam are LED on these, and they work really well. And then at the front here you've got active cooling ducts which open up if the car requires additional cooling, because this is where the air comes in to cool the vehicle down here. I've never seen these open, but I've got a video coming up on the channel soon about that system and how they work. And then behind the smooth badge here is the radar, and that's for the adaptive cruise control and those autonomous driving features. So the point of this video primarily is to show you condition, and if you see my videos before, you'll know I'm very picky. I'll point out any little minor stone chip, scratch or mark I can find, but I want people to know exactly what they're buying, and these videos give people the confidence to buy the vehicle from afar, and then I deliver it to you. So I'm going to walk around and show you the condition and just point out a few little marks in the paint, but all incredibly minor, and it is a second-hand vehicle after all. But overall this one is in amazing condition, really nice, no scratches, no dents in it, but there are a few things that maybe you're not going to find on another vehicle. So first off, I've just had the alloy wheels refurbished and they look like new. Well, in fact they're better than new because they're treated better, they're coated on the inside, painted and lacquered I mean on the inside, but absolutely no curbing because these have only just been done, ready for resale. All four wheels have been done. They've also got the original Michelin energy saver tyres as well, and the tyre tread depths are on the website, but they're all in fantastic condition too. So it's also just had a service as well, but on top of the service we've done an air conditioning regas. That's not something that wasn't required, it's just something we do to make sure vehicles going out are all as good as they possibly can be. We've also changed that reduction gearbox oil. Again, it's not needed, that's something Hyundai will never do on a service, but it's something we do just for longevity. All the brakes have been dismantled, cleaned and lubricated as well to make sure they're all working fine. The software has also been updated in the navigation and multimedia unit here as well, so that's currently running the latest version. This car has also had the SOS recall, which is a new recall Hyundai are doing on these cars, on the SOS system here, and that helps stop 12-volt battery drain, so that's been done as well. And then another recall that's active on these 38 kilowatt hour Ioniqs as well is Hyundai are changing the coolant in the cooling system and the battery pack on these and changing it to a different type, and that's been done on this car as well. And the 12-volt battery has been charged and tested, and that is as good as new, and that traction battery under the floor is at 100% state of health as well. But that battery pack has got an 8-year manufacturer's warranty from new and 5-year warranty on everything else, so the battery has still got 5 years of warranty and the vehicle is still covered for another 2 years. This vehicle is also VAT qualifying as well, so not that that's going to make much difference to most buyers, but if you're looking to use the vehicle for 100% business, then you can claim the VAT back on this one as well. We've obviously got green number plates because it is a zero emission vehicle, and then around the back we've also got this bumper guard here which protects the bumper when you're loading things in. There is a little chip out of it though. This is sort of like a soft rubber, and something has caught it there and torn it just there, but it's very minor. But this can peel off and the new one's stuck on as well. I think these are only about 30 quid or so. But anyway, as you can see, it's not scratched, all looking good. And then in the back here, ignore that cable, I put that in forgetting there was actually one already in here. So in the bag here we've got two charge cables. We've got our Type 2 to Type 2, that's for plugging into a home or public AC wall charger. And then there we've also got a portable charger, which is the same as this one. So again, Type 2 plug for plugging in the car, but on the other end you've got a 3-pin plug so you can charge the vehicle from a main socket. It does take much longer using one of those because it's limited to 10 amp, whereas if you use a proper wall charger you can charge at 32 amp. But this is very useful when you go and visit people, or initially to charge the car before you get your wall charger installed. So just to confirm, that one isn't included with the car. You've got one in the bag there and your Type 2 cable there. And then underneath here we have got a puncture repair kit, and those are not included with the car. That's my own stuff there because this has been my own car for the last few months. So now for the external condition, I'll just do a quick walk around, but it is in immaculate condition. There isn't a dent or scratch in the bodywork. But anyway, wheels have been done, as I said, so they are like new. There's just a couple of things on the front I'm going to point out. So firstly, the windscreen doesn't have any chips in, that's good. The front bonnet is really in very good condition for 40,000 miles, but there is a tiny little stone chip there. That's only 1 mil by 1/4 mil, absolutely tiny. It's too small probably even to drop a bit of paint in. There's a couple of little stone chips here. There's one there. This panel's plastic, by the way, so it doesn't really matter. And then one there. But these are really minor, and of course you're going to get stone chips on the front of all cars. The more significant damage, but again it's incredibly minor, is there's a little scuff there on the sort of dummy grille, and have put a bit of silver paint in to make that look better because it was black plastic behind there. And then there was a little scuff there with a couple of little stone chips. Obviously a stone has hit it there. And that's it really. All the painted part of the bumper is really good, and considering this is very low down, very few chips in it. They're absolutely minor, the ones that are there. Looking round this side, that's dirt. Yeah, even the mirror caps, no scratches in, really nice condition, nothing to point out at all round the sides. There's no scuffing at all on the bumper. That's just dirt. So the only negative is that little bit out of the rubber boot guard there. No scuffing down here. It's just in really good condition. And yeah, no marks, dents, or even chips along the driver's door there. And then the mirror cap there, as you can see through my shadow, it's in really nice condition. And then just cover the inside. Common thing on these, when you open the boot in the rain, water does get on this retractable parcel shelf, so there's a little bit of staining on there from where water's dried. Let's just get rid of that bug. But much better than average. These on Ioniqs can be quite stained quite often, so that's as good as I've seen them. Boots all in nice condition. There is just a little bit of abrasion there on that plastic where something has rubbed where it's been sat in the boot, and there's a couple of little marks on that speaker grille, but the plastic in the Ioniq does mark quite well, or quite easily should I say. Yeah, and there's a couple of scuffs there, but all pretty minor. And if I look at the top, there's a scratch there, but that's all very good as well for these. As I said, the plastic does mark quite a lot on these, but yeah, all better than average. And then if we look in the rear, door card is all scratch free. Heated seats, by the way, in the back of this as well, because it's an SE. And as you can see, they're all really good. Cup holders in the armrest there. There's absolutely nothing to point out in the back. It all still looks like new still. And door card is all good on that door as well. And then driver's side, there's a bug there again. Door card all good. These often get scratched here. This where there's the cup holder here, people's feet normally, shoes normally hit that. But yeah, much better than average. As is the trim round there. And the leather seats, no tears of course, and all looking really good. The carpets are all nice and clean. New carpet mats as well, not originals, but brand new. It's got all the books, locking, wheel nut key, service book and everything, 2 keys as well. Go to the photo gallery to have a look at all of that, because that will all be photographed separately. And then driver's side, I've got this rubber mat over the new mat just so I don't make it dirty. Let's just remove that. As you can see, carpets are all nice and a new carpet mat down there. And then driver's seat, again, all really nice. And then minimal wear here. It's all looking really good. Of course the creases show up more because this is genuine leather. Steering wheel, leather steering wheel, really nice. No marks at all. No scratching on any of the black piano trim. And yeah, all in cracking condition. So the final thing I'm just going to mention was the previous owner of this vehicle was using it for private hire, and therefore it's having 6 monthly MOT tests. So even though this is just coming up to its 3rd anniversary, it doesn't need an MOT test until next summer. So I think that's about all I can show you, and as always, all the information is on the website, so do have a look there, and also have a look at the photo gallery where everything I've pointed out I've taken a photo of that you can zoom up in full screen and have a good look in detail. So I think I've covered everything, so that will be it from me, which is quite fortunate because it's now raining. So all the details are on the website, so if you're interested, give me a call or email. A contact form is on the website, including another form if you just want to go ahead and reserve it and buy it. And I can deliver these anywhere in the country, and it will either come on a trailer or a flatbed, and it will be fully charged and ready to use. Or possibly I might even drive this one to you myself. And also on the point of the mileage, I've actually got to use this car tomorrow, so the mileage will increase by about probably 150 miles or so. But anyway, the exact mileage will be on the website, and will be a little bit more than this video because I've had to record this video a few days early just to catch the slightly nicer weather, even though it's now raining and it's rather windy today.